Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember great revolutionary freedom fighter Udham Singh, who was executed by the British on the 31st of July 1940 for assassinating Michael O'Dwyer, the former Lieutenant Governor of Punjab, to avenge the wrongs of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre.
Udham Singh was deeply inspired by Bhagat Singh and called him his guru and best friend, and carried a photograph of him in his wallet. Bhagat Singh's influence on Udham Singh can be gleaned from a letter the latter wrote in March 1940, where he says,
"It is since 10 years when my friend Bhagat Singh has left me behind, and I'm sure after my death I will see him as he is waiting for me. It was the 23rd when they hanged Bhagat Singh, and I hope they will hang me on the same date as he was."
Like Bhagat Singh, Udham Singh too used his trial as a platform to put forward his political and revolutionary ideas. In his trial, Singh asserted,
"I did it to protest, and this is what I mean. We are suffering from the British Empire. They order machine guns to fire on Indian students without hesitation. I have nothing against the public at all. I have more English friends in England than I do in India. I have great sympathy with the workers of England, but I am against the dirty British government. You people are suffering the same as I am suffering."
Udham Singh, just like his friend Bhagat Singh, ended his court speech with slogans advocating revolution and the abolition of British imperialism.
The accused would be hanged till death. Down with British imperialism! Down with British tyranny! Inqilab! 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 Inqilab!
Shaheed-e-Azam Udham Singh was hanged on the 31st of July 1940 at Pentonville Prison. In 1974, Singh's remains were exhumed and repatriated to India. The casket was received by Indira Gandhi, Shankar Dayal Sharma and Zail Singh.
On the 2nd of August 1974, his ashes were divided into 7 urns and distributed, one each to Haridwar, Kiratpur Sahib, Roza Sharif, Sunam, and the museum at Jallianwala Bagh, and 2 urns to the library of the Shaheed Udham Singh Arts College in Sunam. All India Radio News salutes the great revolutionary freedom fighter.
We also remember freedom fighter Dhiran Tirthagiri Gounder, popularly known as Dhiran Chinnamalai, who was martyred on the 31st of July 1805. Belonging to the Gounder community, Chinnamalai was one of the commanders in the Polygar Wars, notably during the Second Polygar War that took place in 1801-1802.
Dhiran Chinnamalai was born on the 17th of April 1756 in Melapalayam near Erode, Tamil Nadu. He helped Tipu Sultan in his war against the British and were instrumental in victories at Chitteswaram, Mazavalli and Srirangapatna.
After Tipu's death, Chinnamalai settled down at Odanilai in Kongu Nadu and constructed a fort there and defeated the British in battles at Kaveri in 1801, Odanilai in 1802 and Arachalur in 1804.
Chinnamalai left his fort to avoid cannon attack and engaged in guerrilla warfare. He was captured by the British and was hanged at Sankagiri Fort on the 31st of July 1805. AIR News salutes the great freedom fighter. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.